We are following breaking news. The deal is done. Twitter has been sold to Elon Musk. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO acquired the social media company for roughly $44 billion. Musk proposed to buy Twitter for just over $54 a share earlier this month, calling his bid his, quote, best and final offer. The company's 11-member board approved that offer today.
San Francisco, it's a beautiful night. It's good to be outside. Gavin Newsom's not locking us down, telling us to wear our masks. But here's what we came out here to talk about tonight. There was something that just happened in this city on April 4th. And a lot of people don't know it's the tragedy of this day, April 4th. The first president in office died on that day. MLK was assassinated on that day. The World Trade Centers opened on that day. We all know what happened to the World Trade Centers. And this year in this city, you got 2 deaths on April 4th. Bob Lee, who invented CashApp Square, and also the 44-year-old U.S. champion cyclist, all on the same day in this city, San Francisco 4-4. So what is it with April 4th and tragedy? Here, I'm going to start with Martin Luther King Jr. A lot of people don't know this. MLK was assassinated April 4th, 1968. 1 year to the day of a speech that everyone should look up. Look up MLK's speech, A Time to Break Silence. He said, tyranny has taken over this nation, and if you don't speak against it, you're part of that tyranny. Nobody talks about that MLK speech. Go listen to it. April 4th, 1967, Riverside Church, New York. Now, here's the other thing about him getting killed on April 4th, 68. He assumed the name Martin Luther after the Protestant Reformation leader. If you don't know who Martin Luther is, again, there's that quote, those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. Martin Luther led the Protestant Reformation in Europe against the tyranny of the Catholic Church. Martin Luther, prior to that, was a Catholic priest, and Martin Luther became a Catholic priest on April 4th. Michael King became Martin Luther in tribute to the Protestant Reformation leader. Now notice, Martin Luther wrote the 95 Theses. If you don't know about the 95 Theses and what was going on in Europe in the 16th century, you need to look that up. But MLK was killed on the 95th day of 1968, 3 days before the Club of Rome was established. Rome. All roads lead to Rome. This year, on March 15th, the day to remember the stabbing of Caesar, in 44 BC, the Federal Reserve put out a memo, and they said the first week of April, they're going to begin the process of establishing the new FedNow currency. They put that out on March 15th, the Ides of March, to remember the stabbing of Caesar in 44 BC. A memo for the first week of April, and then who gets killed on 4/4? Bob Lee. Bob Lee, who's helped us transition to digital cash, CashApp, Square. Bob Lee gets killed in his 44th year of life on 4/4 on this fateful date after the Federal Reserve put out that memo. Come on, you guys. Caesar was killed in 44 BC, so what is it about the number 4? In Mandarin Chinese and in Japanese, you pronounce the number 4 the same as death. It's a number that in occult numerology is associated with death. 4.
She's really interested right here.
4 dead, 4 shot, day after day. Gematria is the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. A, B, C is 1, 2, 3, up to Z, the 26, there's 26. If you take the alphabetic order, K is the 11th letter, I is the 9th, L is the 12th, L is the 12th. You add that up, 11 plus 9 plus 12 plus 12, 44. And month after month, people are getting murdered by this 44 code. Here in San Francisco, it was Bob Lee and the Cyclist on 4/4 on the fateful day in U.S. history. Again, you guys, you ignore this knowledge, you think it's a coincidence, things will continue to persist the way they are. We need to wake up to who's controlling this nation. Look into the Jesuit order, look into the Roman Catholic Church, look into their history in the 16th century. Well, we cleared them out.
They were interested, real interested.
Get on the bus.
Dude, they were like understanding what you're saying.
You think so?
Yeah, little girls were. So they were like, yep. Oh, she was like, oh shit, for real?
We just got here too late. But this is, the next time I come back, this is the spot. Pier 39.
Totally. During the day, if you could get here on a Saturday.
I remember being down here in 2000.
Twitter is no more. That's according to a document submitted in a California court on April 4th. Elon Musk has merged the social media company into a newly formed shell firm called X Corp. We don't know quite yet what that means for Twitter, the platform, and the people on Twitter themselves are kind of asking, well, what happens next? Musk has suggested in the past that his purchase of Twitter would accelerate him creating an everything app, which he would call X. So what would X be? Well, we think it's something like China's WeChat, which allows you to send payments, book event tickets, message your friends, an everything app. For now, though, we'll just have to wait and see what happens.